Alright, 2022 is coming to an end, so I thought I would do the same thing I did last year and do a kind of a year in review video. And, well, first of all, 2022 was kind of slow. Didn't do any big videos like all the years before. I would always do at least a couple of videos that did really well and got thousands and thousands of views, but this year didn't get anything like that. Everything was kind of subpar as far as the view counts go. But that's also in part to me not getting out and traveling and doing as much as I used to. Usually, like, one of the biggest videos of the year is the white bass run, and didn't do one of those this year. I went out on the trip, but I had camera issues and didn't record any of it. I don't even remember the last time I went to Browning or Calaveras Lake or even Choke Canyon, so those are always really big videos, and didn't do any of those this year. So, I mean, nothing really stood out this year. When you compare the year to 2021, they were pretty similar. 2022, I got more views than I did in 2021, but I also had less watch time. And watch time is the amount of time that people spent watching your videos. So I had more views, but less watch time. I also gained more subscribers, but I earned less money. So I guess it kind of balances out. It was pretty equal. But one of the things with this year, it probably would have been worse than 2021 because a large chunk of those views came in just the last few weeks when I started doing shorts. Shorts really gave me a big boost in views and subscriber count. So going forward, I'm going to need to find a way to balance the shorts with the full-length videos that I do, because it seems that if I put out a video and then within the next couple of days I put out a short, the video does not quite do as well. So I need to find a good balance there. Moving ahead to 2023, I need to set up some goals. For 2022, I finally hit 4,500 subscribers, which is really not very much considering how long I've been doing and how many videos I put out. My channel just kind of plateaued in like 2017. I started doing YouTube about the same time as some of the Guggen Squad guys. Just as an example, I'm not trying to compare myself to them. And about the same time they started to blow up, I guess I was kind of on their coattails, you know, like my channel started doing really well, where I was earning a couple $100s a month and it was getting ready to blow up. But I wasn't able to put in the time and effort like they were, and then I just didn't evolve. My quality didn't get better. It didn't start getting better until recently, and it's still not that great. And so that's a big reason why I didn't blow up like they did. Not to mention also I'm much older than most of them. They're all younger. They got a younger audience. I don't have that. If you really want to make it big, you have to target a younger audience on YouTube. I wasn't able to do that. So my goals for 2023 would be, I want to try to be realistic here. Like, I'm not going to get to 1 million subscribers in this coming year. I might probably never going to get to that. Probably never get to 100,000 subscribers. But since I hit 4,500 this year, and I seem to be gaining a couple hundred a year, which is very minuscule. I mean, as far as channel growth goes, my channel is just not really growing. Get a couple hundred subscribers a year. But since my shorts have been doing so well, and every time I put out a short, that's, you know, a couple thousand views, maybe 10 subscribers on each one. I think a realistic goal might be to gain another 1,000 subscribers. So the goal for 2023 is 5,500, 1,000 more than where I'm at right now. I think that's pretty realistic. Might be able to do it. But I really need to gain momentum here. I need to start doing more videos. I need to get out and travel more, grow the channel, and, you know, put more time into it. I mean, ultimately, I'd like to be able to do it full time. I'm not a very interesting person, so I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. But that would be my goal, is to be able to do this full time. I think I can reach the goal of 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 more subscribers, fairly easily if I keep up with the shorts and I make a good balance there. I guess my top 5 moments for 2022, my personal ones. Well, I guess the biggest fish I caught was, or at least the best fishing day was when we went to the Packery Channel jetty, and I caught a handful of sheep's head that were all pretty big. They were all like 6 pounds and up, and I think I caught like 4 or 5 that day. So here's a clip of that. Oh, I can't even turn the reel on this one. Oh. I'm trying to figure out how he's hooked. The hook is outside. Oh, look, it's one that somebody else snapped off on. All right.
Yeah. Oh, the hook came right out.
That's not even my hook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess he snapped off on somebody else.
Well, I wouldn't know that a bit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. Horizontal, Greg, horizontal.
Nah, it's perfect right there.
No, it's not. Horizontal.
Yeah, it is. Look.
I'm not an Instagram person.
I am, so. I know when I take a good picture of something.
Now, as far as freshwater fishing, bass fishing, which is like the main focus of this channel, didn't do anything very special this year. I did break 3 pounds at least once during the springtime fishing off beds. So here's a 3-pounder. I need it. You're right there. Got him. This is actually bigger than I thought he was. There we go. That's a nice fish. That's a solid fish. That's possibly the best of the day. That's a solid fish. Oh yeah, that's definitely bigger than the last one. That's 3.32. 3.32. And besides that, the other big thing with the bass fishing, it's a video that never even came out. I started working on it a few months ago, and I've had some delays and setbacks, and it hasn't come out yet. It's going to come out eventually. I just have no idea when. But in this video, I was actually able to catch a very big Guadalupe bass, which if you don't know anything about them, most Guadalupe bass are like 8 inches and like, less than 1/4 pound. The world record is about 3 pounds and 18 inches. I did manage to catch one this year that was just under 15, because the record out of the river is 15. But I caught one that was just under 15, and it weighed over 2 pounds. For a Guadalupe bass, that's a really special fish. We haven't been able to find that kind of population with the big fish like that in a long time, since Greg hit that record a couple years ago. Since then, we just haven't seen big Guadalupe bass anywhere. Most of them seem to be stuck at about 8 inches. So anytime you catch one over 1 pound, it's actually a pretty special fish. And this one was up there over 2 pounds. So here's a clip of that. Oh, that's a fish. That's a good one. That's the best one so far today for sure. What is going on there? That's a nice guad. Oh my gosh. That is a huge guad. Wow. I mean, as far as Guadalupe bass go, that is a monster. Jeez, he is less than 1/4 inch shy of the current record out of this river. Does qualify for a big fish award though. I guess my top two moments were in videos that really don't do very well. For some reason, if I do a hunting video, I guess since my channel is fishing focused, the hunting videos just don't do very well. Even though I think the quality of video I put out in these hunting videos were better than my average videos, they just don't get the views. This one, we went out on Veterans Day to go hunting with Drew, our veteran buddy. You guys have seen him all over this channel before in the past. And I shot a hog. And this hog, it wasn't very big. It was maybe 50, 60 pounds at most. But at the time, I'd never seen one quite like it. This thing, it looked like a calico cat in the coloring of it. Like a calico cat is brown, black, and white. And this thing had all three of those colors in it. Not very clear on the video because it was at night, but all three of those colors were there. And yeah, it was a pretty interesting shot. And I'd never seen one like that before, but since I shot that one, I've been seeing a lot more of them, like other people shooting them and much, much bigger, but with those interesting colors on them. And the video I made I thought it was a pretty good video. It just didn't get any views. Had some good rifle scope camera footage of it. And it just didn't do very well. But here's the clip of that. Well, there we go. I think I saw at least 6 pigs there. None of them looked like they were very big, so I went for the colorful one. No, not very big. Maybe 40, 50 pounds. And I guess my number one moment for me was actually a really poorly shot video. I completely forgot how to use my scope camera, so I didn't turn on the night vision properly, so you can't really see it very well. But I shot a pretty big boar, wild boar. Big for where I was, because I got some comments talking about how it was tiny, even though it was bigger than I was. I know hogs can get huge, but this is the biggest one I've ever seen in person. So I forgot how to use a scope camera, but this pig was huge. We put it on the tailgate of Greg's truck, and it made the tailgate look like it was a tiny little Ford Ranger or something. But this was a full-size Hemi Ram, 4x4, and it made it look like it was a tiny little truck. And we didn't really get a full-scale view of how big it was and how heavy it was till we got it hanging up on the rack. And I completely drastically underestimated its size, guessing when it was laying on the ground. And once we got it up and we could feel how heavy it was, I think the smallest it could have been was like 175. So it was somewhere between 175 and 200 pounds, which, isn't a very big hog in reality, but for where we were and the numbers that are out there, it was pretty big for this area. You're gonna have to drive out from under him.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that was my personal number one moment. Big part of last year's year in review video was I did a top 10 list of the channels that I watched the most of, that I spent the most time watching. And I thought I would do that again, starting with some honorable mentions. Number one, first honorable mention would be Braden Price, who was in last year's top 10. Great channel, pretty funny and entertaining. Mostly about ATVs and off-road vehicles, but he does a lot of hunting and a little bit of fishing and stuff too. Number 2 honorable mention would be Heavy D Sparks, who is also a real big off-roading guy, but he's focusing on large, heavy equipment, big trucks. Does some search and rescues. He helps people that are stuck out in the middle of nowhere. He's got a pilot's license. He owns planes, helicopters, does all kinds of stuff. He's been on the news for helping out with some major stories this year. So Heavy D Sparks. Number 10 channel I watched this year. I really started watching it because he inadvertently saved my channel. Like this year, I kind of started slacking. It wasn't a very great year, but he did a video where he went diving for river treasure, cleaning up trash downtown in the San Antonio Riverwalk, and that video went viral. And because his video got so many views, videos that I had made in the past that were taking place on the Riverwalk started doing really well. So older videos started gaining. I started making a little bit more money off of that. So Jigging with Jordan saved my channel.
What's up guys, it's Brandon J. Today we're gonna be diving the San Antonio River here in Texas. This place is super unique. This river actually runs through the middle of the city. There's a bunch of buildings and restaurants, and millions of people visit here every single year. There's also tour boats that go down the river constantly where people can lose stuff, and that's where we come into play to see what we can find. What's up guys, it's Brandon J, and today I made the most irresponsible purchase of my entire life. That is right, I bought a submarine.
Number 9 is kind of a goofball. So if you're not into that kind of humor, it might come off kind of annoying, but he's really grown on me in the past year. I don't remember if he was in last year's top 10 or not, but he's expanding his channel. He's doing more. He bought some property. He's developing land. But Kendall Gray, he's always been in outdoors, mostly hunting, but he does a little bit of fishing too.
In today's video, we're building my dream fishing pond. A couple episodes ago, we went into the transformation we're making for this hunting land, and now we're finally building a pond on it. Now this is gonna be awesome because we're gonna be able to build this pond from the ground up exactly how it needs to be to grow a lot of big fish. We're thinking bass, catfish, bluegill, literally the Kentucky special.
Number 8 is one that I always watch. I've ripped his videos off a couple of times on my channel doing similar things. It's just fascinating to watch this guy. I'm not entirely sure why it's so fascinating, but it is, and that's Marlin Baits.
Do I look decent? Stumble out here and make a bait. You know what we're starting with. I feel violated. Occasionally the spout gets a little clogged. If you get carried away with the squeezing, I look more like an artist with it. We're gonna leave that for the video. Opaque, white, shooting everywhere. Look at me go. I'm just being a messy artist today. I'll do my best, fellas. I'll try to keep those striations. I even used the artistic word.
Number 7 is probably the only gun channel left on my top 10 from last year. Kentucky Ballistics. Just really down-to-earth, nice guy. I enjoy his videos. He's funny. He's puts a lot more humor into it than some of the other channels that do similar things. Everybody knows that I always wear that Kentucky Ballistics t-shirt I got, and I have met him, so that was pretty cool.
What's up, Scott? What's up, man? Congratulations on 3 million subscribers.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
To celebrate, I did something special for you.
You did?
Check it out. What did you do that for? There's not a 3 million subscriber play button, so I took the liberty in modifying yours. You like it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Thanks so much.
Number 6 is a different kind of channel, one that I'm going to have to ask you not to judge me for, but her main thing is reviewing episodes of Murder, She Wrote. And if you're my age or older, you remember Murder, She Wrote. But if you're younger than me, you probably don't. But she's pretty big doing this, and she's actually bringing a lot more attention to the old shows. She reviews Murder, She Wrote, Golden Girls, Goosebumps. I grew up watching Goosebumps. Those are some of my favorite episodes of hers. She does some video game reviews. But her channel name is Pushing Up Roses. She's really funny. I really enjoy her humor.
Excuse me, but have you heard about Murder, She Wrote? It's just one of the finest shows ever created, starring Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher, a mystery novelist turned amateur sleuth. If you are in the 30-something age group and had grandparents, then you are no doubt familiar with this series. It seems like everyone's grandma loved this show, and that excitement leaked onto and contaminated everyone in my generation. For the most part, crime shows typically had a male lead, especially the more hard-boiled ones, so this was refreshing for a lot of people. Though one can't be sure that Jessica Fletcher wasn't the main killer, and I'm pretty sure more murders happened in Cabot Cove than the city's actual population, but I'm sure it's circumstantial. If you haven't gathered, I am a huge Murder, She Wrote fan. Here's a picture of me and my gazillion DVDs, all 12 seasons, 264 episodes. Isn't it a beautiful sight? I am nothing if not consistent.
Number 5 is another one who's, I believe, was on my top 10 last year, but that's Lojo, part of the Guggen Squad. He's one of the, like most of the Guggen Squad guys, as they started getting bigger, they kind of started moving away from fishing. They started doing more hunting, they started doing more land development. And he's done all of that stuff too, but he does more fishing than the other OG guys do. So that's the main reason I really follow him.
What is up, folks? Welcome back to another video. And man, it's weird filming an intro inside my house. I never do it, but I have something really cool to show you guys. Guys, we finally got back the gator head mounts from last year, baby. Look at these gator heads. Oh my God.
Number 4 is a new channel that just started up, and he's already blown up. He's getting huge, which is really interesting because of his subject matter. You wouldn't expect him to be blowing up and going viral the way he does. But his name is Mini Minuteman, I think, unless there's another weird way to pronounce that. But Mini Minuteman. He went to school for archaeology, started doing TikTok videos about how, conspiracy theories and bad archaeology, and that went viral. And now he started doing full-length YouTube videos. And he started branching out just from, besides archaeology, he started doing other things where he goes out into the field, he makes old tools, he goes hunting for fossils. He's really big on showing the way of life from thousands of years ago, and he seems like a really relatable guy. He'll sit there and smoke cigars just like I do. So he's number 4 on my list and might move up more because I'm a really big history buff myself. So watching that stuff's pretty cool.
Jingle jingle. It's a beautiful, snowy, sleety evening here in Boston, and frankly, I can't think of a better time to voluntarily give myself a migraine. And so it is my great pleasure to present to you a brand new series, Awful Archaeology. I like alliteration. As you already had spoiled for you by the title, today we are going to be talking about the Olduvai Man.
Number 3 is somebody I've always watched. I always talk about him on my channel. And that's Flair. No introduction needed. Everybody should know Flair. Doesn't do much fishing anymore, but I still watch his channel all the time.
Yeehaw, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing a cowboy gun deer hunting challenge.
I think you missed.
Shit, doggy, look at this.
Number 2, last year I had both of his channels listed in my top 10. I had them tied for second or first place. This year is just the one channel. Off the Ranch. Most people know him as Demolition Ranch, where he's got 10 million subscribers, or way over 10 million. Off the Ranch is a smaller side channel he does, but it's all his vacation and hobbies and family stuff. And I just have a lot more fun watching those videos than the Demolition Ranch videos, actually. So I still watch Demolition Ranch, of course, but most of my time is on Off the Ranch.
She's a thirsty girl. Yep. It kind of just hazes over your windshield. So we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to make some real exhaust for this eventually. I'm gonna try to not wreck this thing today. Wish me luck. We're gonna fix that, I promise.
Number 1 One is a channel that's been around for a while, but I just recently discovered them, so I've kind of been binge watching all their old videos. It's called Bikes and Beards. A couple of guys with beards, they ride motorcycles, they do reviews on motorcycles. They used to give away a lot of motorcycles. They used to have a dealership selling motorcycles where you could go online through YouTube and buy a motorcycle from them, and they would ship it to your front door. I guess the pandemic hit them pretty hard. They had to shut down their dealership, but they still do a ton of giveaways and stuff, and their videos are very entertaining. So it's Bikes and Beards.
So I just bought Amazon's dumbest and most dangerous motorcycle products so that you don't have to waste your money, and so that me and Craig can hang out and play with some dumb, awesome Amazon stuff. Now, we've been desperately needing to modify our Harley-Davidson police bikes, but money for the sheriff department is pretty tight because we spent all the money on those police bikes. So we went to our favorite place to buy cheap Amazon stuff, and that is Amazon. And we got some crazy stuff for cheap, and some of the stuff I didn't even think was even possible or legal. So we're gonna try these new parts and see if they work, and if they don't hold up to sheriff department standards, we're just gonna put them on Craig's bike because, like I said, the budget is tight and we can't be wasting products.
And that closes out the top 10 there. So ending this video, I just want to kind of go over my goals again. I would like to get to 5,500 or more subscribers by the end of 2023. But I really want to thank everyone out there who does watch my channel and is subscribed and has their notifications on. And there's even a handful of people who are members of my channel who actually pay like $1 every month just to watch my videos and support me. And I really appreciate everyone, especially those people that do that. But everyone who watches a video, the shorts, whatever, thank you. And well, here's to 2023.